to purchasing actually MP3 files because I want to own the music. I really don't like the concept of streaming. I received a paper mail, which is crazy since nobody writes paper mails anymore, so it's probably the taxes. Okay. I will not retrieve it until 9. I'd swear on the information it was from 8. Let me check. No, it was 9. At least the information was right. I was wrong. Well, I like it when it's me that is wrong and not the institution. I am listening to Mariah Woods, highly recommended. It's a singer-songwriter that I didn't know that existed. But recently with my daughter we went to a Anneke van Giersbergen concert and she opened for Anneke and she's very good. She plays moody songs accompanied by acoustic guitar. Very good songs. But you know what, we can talk about music today, a little bit at least. After trying Tidal, Spotify, Amazon Music also, I went back recently to purchasing actually MP3 files from Apple, from iTunes, because I want to own the music I listen to. And why is that, Jerzy? Well, it's because I really don't like the concept of streaming. I don't like the fact that you pay a certain amount of money monthly to have access to everything. It's not beneficial for me as a listener because I'm overwhelmed with the number of tracks I have access to. And because it's a sheer millions number of tracks, it means that I don't value those tracks because it's so cheap. And I also like the fact of possessing the music, of having it on my hard drive. I really prefer having it on vinyl, but vinyl is not portable. The albums I buy on vinyl, I buy them twice. I buy them once on vinyl and the second time as MP3s from iTunes. And I think it's okay because first of all, it's not a cost that is prohibitive. I don't have to buy lots of albums a month, so my home budget is not suffering. It gives me the opportunity to listening mobile, of course, but it's also giving me the opportunity to listening in a better sound quality than I would normally have on Spotify or even on Tidal, because I can choose from which player I will play it. I don't have to have it on Android. I can just copy the files from my hard drive. And I also know that by buying the album twice, I'm actually helping the musician, because musicians are really screwed by streaming platforms like Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Music, etc. You have to have, I don't know, 2 to 3 million streams per month to have a few hundreds of dollars of revenue. You know, it's crazy. And I've been a musician, so I know how it works. It basically costs you nothing to put an album on Spotify, and then because everybody is paying for the whole catalog, you basically get nothing in return. So you work 2 years to compose music, and then you get a few streams, and everybody says, yeah, play live and sell merchandise. But I think that musicians should be paid for the music and not for playing live. If you choose a career of being an on-stage artist, a stand-up comedian or something, that's fine, but it's another category, you know. I think Pink Floyd would not record The Wall if they were forced to tour 200 days per year in order to sustain themselves financially, you know. They would not have the time to compose the masterpiece. And this is what's happening today. Basically, the music you have available online, it's usually not arranged in albums, but it's single tracks, and it's released every 2 to 3 months, because if not, people lose interest. And so you have to keep publishing. It's like with YouTube, you have to keep publishing, if not the channels don't grow. So I'm very proud that I am buying each album twice, once on vinyl and a second time as MP3 files from iTunes, because I know that at least the musicians that have worked very hard are giving a much larger cut from those transactions. Usually the vinyls are sold directly by the artists, and the MP3 files, I know that Apple takes 30% cut, that's it. 70% goes to the artist. So I think it's fair. So I want to own my music, and I think that young artists that want to be known should probably skip Spotify and streaming services altogether, because it's exactly as with any other social media today. You will not have the power to dig through the noise and to be known. So don't fall into the trap that you have to be everywhere. You don't. To publish your music and to get new listeners, use YouTube. YouTube is very good at that. And then put your MP3s on Bandcamp, maybe on iTunes, but specifically to be bought by your fans and not to be streamed. It will give you much more opportunities to gain new listeners than Spotify, since if you sell your albums 5,000 times like that, you will have pretty much a good amount of money out of this music. But if you stream on Spotify your album 5,000 times, you will not notice any bump in your income, basically. You will not be much more known by being on Spotify. It's a trap.